What's going on YouTube? JKFLASH, and so I've got really bad hay fever. Like, I'm solid blocked, right? But this whole video, you might think, why the hell is this crazy angle? So my missus has taken the car with the tripod in because I went to my parents' place by the sea and I took it with me to get some nice footage at night time. Never actually did that, but the tripod's in the car and she's gone out. So I've got another tripod, but it's got that stupid Sony U4 whatever adapter on it for the Ursa. So what it is, there's so much talk at the moment about the R5, R6, Sony A7 IIIS and all that bollocks. And yeah, like I've seen so many things about people. Like I saw a video the other day from who's that guy from like LA? He's like well known for videography stuff. Anyway, his cousin had a red cam, and then another guy who's been shooting for years just had a Canon 600D, or whatever, it's a T2i, whatever you call it in America.
We have our brand new intern, JSHBLAUER. He's my cousin, he's a stud, but he's only been shooting for about 5 weeks now. And we gave him access to a $30,000 cinema camera, and we're gonna compare what he can do with that to a 5-year vet in Jake Weisler, who is a professional cinematographer shooting weddings all over the world. And we're giving him this little dinky Canon SL2 that goes for 600 bucks, and we're gonna see if Jake can produce something as good or possibly better than Josh can with a professional cinema.
And I don't know, like I'm currently using the Canon RP, which for me, for the last year, it has been fantastic. Like I literally love it. It's such a good little camera. So any little projects that are not high budget, I normally use this camera. Shoots 4K, obviously does 1080, 60, 50, all that stuff. Autofocus is amazing for gimbal work. And surprisingly, it actually matches up quite well with if I use my Black Magic. But the whole point of this video is just that I just want to talk about the low light. So I don't think it gets enough praise at all. So I might even start focusing my actual channel towards the Canon RP and just what you can get for your money. And I do really think that people really solidly underrate this camera. And I've got a couple of different shots in low light which we'll jump into the computer and we'll go over it. But I just want you guys to realise that like, this camera is sick. And if you're literally just getting into YouTubing or anything like that, I think this is a banger. Like an absolute banger. So let's jump into the computer, see what we can do. And I'll show you some little bits and tricks in that. Catch you in a sec. Okay, guys. So we've jumped in. So if you can hear my PC, but that's just life. It's got like 8 fans trying to cool itself down. So we're in DaVinci Resolve, and we are using. So we are in DaVinci Resolve, and we are using this footage from the Canon RP, which is shot in Cinestyle, using the RP 1.4 lens 24mm, 24mm 1.4 lens. So if I go to Expector, you can see, so metadata, click on it. This was shot at 50 frames, so this was shot at 50 frames per second at 1080. Okay, so as you can see, the footage looks pretty cool, okay? This is low light. So I'm gonna quickly jump into a grade, add a node. By the way, I'm not the best person in DaVinci Resolve. I've only been using it recently since I've had my Blackmagics. And we're gonna apply a Area LXR C-Log LUT. Okay, preset. So that's a bit much. So that's pretty much killed it. So what we can do is on here is go back to the LUT. We'll change it. We'll go for, as you can see, I've got loads. We will use. Let's have a look. So about this taken. We'll try Harry Russell's Marbella. Okay, we'll come back, jump back. And I think this looks incredible. Like, this is incredible footage. So what we'll actually do is I'll say that, find another clip. There's a couple here that's shot at 4K. So let's drop these in. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is an Ultra HD, which is basically 4K. Same thing. So let's just add an adjustment now. That's what I should have done in the first place. Pull it out wide. Color grade adjustment now, add node, color corrector, drop it in, LUTs, drop down to Harry Russell's, where's my bail, and boom, there we go. So straight off, this is 4K. Look at that, this is incredible. How incredible is this? So what I'll do is as well, I'll actually export the clip so you can actually see what it looks like. It's not an edit or an actual crop or anything like that, nothing's been done to it. This is just me just color grading a low light shot from the Canon RP. I'll have both shots on, so as you can see, this is the 1080 version and this is the 4K version. So I believe the part where he does blow fire, that bit there. So what we're going to do is now, when he blows the fire, I'm going to slow it down. So I'm going to cut it. Let's move this along. And then we will change clip speed 50% because I need 50 frames. Pull it a little bit, and then as he spits, boom! Like, this to me is incredible. Like, how do you think this is? Remember, this is shot with no light. There's no lighting on this guy. So this guy is literally standing there with just 2 bits of fire on that stick, and then he's just got 1.4 lens, and it's like, look, the little fairy lights in the background. Even the ring of fire he put in the beginning, that's not even doing that much. But then, as you can see, I think this is incredible. But then we can even touch on it a bit, like a little bit more. So if we go into the focus, the grading wheels, let's move this over a little bit, and we can even like just lift it slightly, play it. So I've lifted it a little bit, give it a little bit more, and look at that, it's incredible. So just bring these onto 15 to match, so we can do the other actual clips as well. So let me jump. Oh, it's done the adjustment clip, perfect. We'll jump back into. What I'm actually going to do is here, I'm actually going to copy over and then detach delete the node from here. Delete node. Oh, sorry. On the H.265, we're going to delete the node. So we'll delete it from there. Delete it from there. And we'll delete it from on that one. Okay, cool. So now these are all done to the same. So these are all been slightly color corrected. So I've just lifted it on the color wheels, just done a little bit of slight adjustment. I've not even added any sharpening. We've just done a little bit of slow-mo. This is 4K. And I just think, look at that, that is absolutely incredible. This is not a joke. So what I'll do is I'll export this out so you can actually see it for yourself, and you can see it in full screen. But I think this is absolutely incredible. When you think this is their budget camera and they're doing this kind of stuff, so it's incredible.